Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. Deputy Prime Minister and Economy Minister Martina Dalic has tendered her resignation over the release of her email correspondence with consulting and legal firms when drafting the so-called Lex Agrokor legislation. The decision was announced by Prime Minister Andrej Plenković and Minister Dalic at a press conference today.
Deputy Prime Minister Dalic consulted people who, thanks to their knowledge and experience, were able to help quickly. They were able to provide assistance that was impossible to find on such short notice within the system of state administration. We were facing an extraordinary crisis which demanded extraordinary action, speed and methodology. And it is important for all those involved, including today's critics and pundits, to understand and accept this.
I am tendering my resignation because I don't want to be a burden to the Prime Minister, this government or the HDZ. There will definitely be time for everyone to explain their role in Agrokor's demise and in the demise of a specific form of contract economy, which had for a long time held Croatia in the firm grip of illiquidity and the unacceptable dependence of the small on the big. I did not cause this demise, but did everything in my power to ensure that workers, suppliers and the Croatian economy survive with as little as possible in terms of negative consequences.
Opposition reactions to Dalic's resignation were immediate.
Today we witnessed the official acknowledgement and confirmation on the part of the HDZ's Prime Minister and the HNS leader of everything that we have been warning about in recent months. And it has to do with the biggest corruption scandal in Croatian history. We have filed criminal charges against 4 people: Martina Dalic, Finance Minister Zdravko Maric, former Crisis Manager Ante Ramljak, and Prime Minister Andrej Plenković as their leader. Martina Dalic is no longer that important in this story. What is important is the responsibility of the Prime Minister. At this time, the only important thing for most is that it didn't have anything to do with attempts to line up jobs for advisors, which, after all, has been confirmed by the released emails. So we definitely reject any attempts on the part of Andrej Plenković to implicate most in this.
Meanwhile, President Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović, who is on an official visit to Mostar, issued a statement on the matter.
No important state job, not even the reaching of a settlement deal on Agrokor's restructuring, can depend on any one individual or be held hostage by one person. The only goal of that process is maintaining the company's stability, preserving jobs and maintaining overall economic stability. That is of strategic national interest. So far, we could say that this process has been successful. It is the job of the competent state bodies to establish all of the relevant facts with regard to the suspicion of lack of transparency, possible conflict of interest or legal wrongdoing, without public or political pressure. Independent of these activities, it is vital to maintain the dynamic of reaching a settlement deal with the goal of preserving jobs and connected companies. The President supports the work of the government and the crisis management team in bringing this process to a successful end.
Meanwhile, in the first quarter of this year, the food, goods and agricultural sectors in the Agrokor concern continued to operate at a profit. However, the retail and wholesale sectors registered losses. In the 12 months since the crisis management team assumed control over the Agrokor concern, a total of €78.5 million was spent on the crisis management team, advisors, auditors, and overhead. €43.5 million was spent on advisors alone. Croatia is presiding over the Central European Initiative this year. The 18-member initiative, including 11 EU member states, is a forum of regional cooperation in Central and Eastern Europe. A delegation from those member states visited Croatian Parliament today with the focus of discussion on sustainable tourism.
Because in all our member countries, tourism plays a very important role. Its contribution to GDP varies between 5 and 20% in our member countries. So for every country, tourism is important. It's also a good choice because tourism is a sector which is beyond the measured contribution to GDP, has a lot broader input to the economy because if you think about the construction sector, real estate management, natural resource preservation. So there's a lot of topics we can build around tourism.
Taking a quick look at sports, Croatians Petra Martic and Dona Vekic are through to the second round of play at the WTA tournament in Rome. Martic beat Elina Svitolina of Ukraine 6-1, 6-2, while Vekic bested Carla Suarez Navarro of Spain by the same score. And now the forecast for tomorrow. Partly sunny with variable cloud cover. There could be some isolated showers and thunderstorms, especially on the coast. There will be a mild to moderate southerly and southwesterly inland, with a moderate southwesterly on the northern Adriatic. Dalmatia will see a southerly shifting to a southeasterly in the evening. Morning lows of 7 to 13 degrees Celsius inland, 13 to 17 on the coast, will give way to highs of 17 to 22 degrees, slightly cooler in mountainous regions. The 3-day forecast for the interior calls for variable and cooler weather on Wednesday, with intermittent showers and thunderstorms. Thursday and Friday will see partly sunny skies and slightly warmer temperatures. However, there could still be some localized showers. The coast will see variable and unstable weather on Wednesday and Thursday with intermittent showers, even a chance of heavier downpours. Warmer with more sun on Friday, although brief showers are possible. And that wraps up the news. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night.